I once traveled to a small town called Ryashki. It was located high up within the Arctic Circle, and it was frigid cold all year long. After my visit there, I traveled to many more places. From Zealand to the Balkan Peninsula, my journey went on and on. But above all other places, I kept finding my thoughts returning to that little town, to its incandescent lights glowing in the long dark of the polar night, to the shared dream of the people there. I got this picture book from Ryashki. It is a children's book, a thin one at that, but the story inside has the power to warm a frigid heart. Once opened, wells of bright primary colors run into one another and flow up onto my palm. I found myself returning to it during stormy days when I was stuck at home. This is a story about honest and ordinary people.
The swans are dancing in a circle. Their arms go back and forth. Vila and the swans have done this dance almost 20 times last week. She taught the swans all their beautiful moves. Swan Lake is the best ballet ever. I remembered Mr. Evgeny once said so. He also said the tortoises would come to watch the show. But why would tortoises want to watch Swan Lake? Vila says she doesn't like the tortoises. She likes knowledge. I don't know much about knowledge. But I think Miss Vila's always right. Only between you and me, Vila smells like seaweed and coral. But those are happy smells to me. I think she must be the princess of the ocean. But she tells us she is not special, and that everyone here is equal, no matter if they are a princess or a swan. That we all have 2 feet and 10 fingers, and if we all work together, we can build the beacon to the future. I hope in the future we still get to sing and dance when we are not building beacons. Nina's favorite food is called alonga. It's a chocolate bar. She used to cry a lot whenever she made a mistake with her dancing. But then Vila talked to her, and now she doesn't cry so much. One time, she danced very, very perfectly. So, Vila gave her a piece of an alonga bar. I believe she will be a great dancer. If she doesn't get too nervous on stage, then she could have even more chocolate. I wish I was like her. I want chocolate too. But I'm not a swan like her. And now, there's never any Alyonka in the canteen's cupboard. Now Nina is the swan princess. The most prettiest of all swans. Basono is the swan prince. He is a nice one, and he has many, many swan friends. And Piotr is the evil sorcerer, a black swan. Nobody wanted to be the bad guy, but Piotr doesn't mind. He is very serious and always bossy to everyone, so he doesn't have many swan friends. Piotr just wants to do his job as perfectly as he can, because he loves our town. Now, August is not a swan, but he also loves his town. Then there is a little mouse who moves as quickly as the blowing wind. Will it be our new visitor? What was it that Vila said about new visitors? I don't remember now. Vila! Reporting to you, Comrade Vila. I have a very important question.
Well, then go ahead, little Comrade Avgust.
How should we receive the new visitors coming to town? Maybe we can welcome them with Salienka? Or friendship? Or maybe something else?
We will welcome them with white snow, with smiles on our faces, and with welcoming arms we use to achieve our dreams, as we do for everyone who comes here, little comrade. It's always good to ask questions. But don't forget your task today, all right?
Oh! I won't. My drawings are important, but Vila says entertaining our new friends is also important. Which one comes first? After the swans have flown away, Evgeny will go up to the stage. Evgeny is not an evil sorcerer, but he knows a secret magic that makes everyone's tongues hide in their mouths. He is not so much a bad person, I think. Evgeny's shadow is very long, but no one, not even my sunflower, can explain why. Evgeny walks heavily onto the stage. His appearance comes without any applause.
We have received a telegraph. Zeno's investigators will arrive here in Rayashki tomorrow afternoon. And we will be hosting a welcome ceremony. I understand your concerns. I know you don't want Zeno to interfere with your lives, nor do you want their troops stationed here. And I would remind you that they have honored their side of the deal for decades now.
We give them runium ore, and they supply us in return. It should be as simple as that. Always it has been this way, since my grandfather's time.
Times have changed, Comrade Knut. In the old days, Zeno used to pay us generously for mining this runium, because our ore was necessary for their arcane combat vehicles. But now, we have nearly exhausted all our mines. You know this better than I do.
But isn't there some other work we can do? Already we build our own houses, and now we even grow our own crops.
He's right. Why must we work with Zeno if we could feed ourselves?
Comrades, calm yourselves. Evgeny is doing this for everybody's sake. Have you forgotten about those little monsters? Is there anyone left on our defense team that hasn't been injured fighting them?
It is as Comrade Nikita said. The critters are running rampant these days. Not only have they occupied most of our minds, some have even found their way into the town. Do you really think we can protect our people with our small defense team? Don't you care about your neighbor's safety? Do you want to keep Ryashki an isolated town just to let it die?
Rayashki is more than an isolated town, Evgeny. And we all know that.
But this is the reality we all must face now.
Comrade Evgeny, it was your idea to turn to these Xeno big guys for help. But you never even asked what we think, did you? So you can't blame us for disagreeing now.
I'm doing this for your good.
We can take care of ourselves. Everyone, watch out!
Defense team! On it!
Did the show begin? Excellent. Get ready to step onto the stage.
I will remember your sacrifice.
Let the show begin.
Just think.
Illusion is nothing.
Cheer up.
Let this.
Keep going. For our dream.
I salute your sense of smell, Comrade Vila. We could have suffered much more severe consequences without your forewarning.
Think nothing of it. It's just a reflex reaction when there's danger nearby.
But this incursion has proved my point. We need Zeno's help. The other townspeople are not gifted with your set of talents. We are all vulnerable to the growing dangers. Wouldn't you agree? I only ask you to put yourself in their shoes.
Your criticism is valid and well accepted, Comrade Evgeny. Perhaps I could agree with your plan. Provided Zeno's presence is a temporary one, we just don't want them to change things for us here.
I'm glad that you have finally come to realize what is best for us. Xeno is known for their rigorous methods and rational decision-making, and they are committed to maintaining peace around the world. I'm sure they will make the right decision. They trusted us to supply their ore, and we have faithfully played our part in supporting them. Thanks to our help, Xeno has successfully tackled many international issues. It has always been them and us together, fighting for a better world.
When he puts it that way, he is right. We should be proud of our cooperation.
Therefore, we will show our appreciation to Xeno for the contributions they've made to the world with our help. Now let's continue our rehearsals.
Have you seen August? I can't find him.
Strange. Where did he go?
Looking for a new Linka left in the cupboards, I bet. He's always breaking the rules, doing whatever he wants.
We shouldn't talk badly about our classmate, Piotr. He's one of us.
Yes, you're right. I just wanted everyone to do their best, even him.
Don't worry, kids. We will find them. A child is missing, Comrade Yevgeny. I suggest a temporary suspension of our rehearsals.
It must be that strange kid again. He is always sneaking away like this.
He is only trying to understand the world in his own way.
Vila once said that sunflowers mean warmth, and that makes them everyone's friends. They would warmly welcome every guest that comes to town. Just like my best friend here, right? Best friends. Everyone should have a best friend. Sure. We can. All right. Now here are big friends, small friends, many friends. So that our new guests won't feel so lonely when they come.
Amazing. I've never seen such a highly mutated Ijirak before. I would have missed these precious research opportunities if there weren't a gathering in the town. Oh, Winsong, seems like life has been good to you in your theory. The disorder in ley energy here has not only caused the exhaustion of the Runian mines, but has also mutated local critters to varying degrees. Then Zeno was right. No wonder they have sent so many researchers here to look for abnormalities. Even the crank ones like me. It's obvious that this town has more to it than a handful of overly active critters. But they don't seem especially interested in the mutant ones either. Zeno, what were you looking for here? Hey, let go! Let go of my leg!
Strange. You're not a fox, and you're not a sable.
Hey, kid, what are you doing? Oh, shoot. Ejiraks are usually known for their good temper. It seems to not apply to their mutant kin. Fine.
Please stand behind me.
I will remember your sacrifice.
Let the show
Keep up
begin.
the pace.
Foolish! Enough! Let the show begin. Illusion is nothing. Ye provoked me. Ha! That's what you've got.
Природа — это числа и черты.
Are you building blocks here?
Whew. Lucky for us, it seems to still be afraid of the dark like the rest of its kind. It's finally over. Oh, my materials!
Well, you are the most. You drove away all the bad creatures and protected everyone. The swans on the stage, the big burning furnaces in the factory, and even the uncle sleeping in the mine with Papa. I think they would all give you a big thumbs up.
Huh? You can call me Winsong? Just to be clear, I'm not a spy, kid. I'm just a traveler staying in town for the moment.
but I have never seen you before. Do you also like the rest in the water, like Vila? Do you also have a beautiful blue tail?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm certain that I am not what you think I am, little fellow. I am a researcher. We often stay in quiet corners when we work on a project, so you won't see us often. Understand?
Researchers? Like those people on TV? I saw them stand on a tall stage with flowers in their arms. They spoke a lot and cried. And then they were given a shiny medal. Vila said the medals were to praise them for being very clever. Can I see your medal?
Oh, the crystal on you looks stunning. It looks purer than those in the mine carts.
Of course. Papa gave it to me.
It is precious, but also very dangerous. A crystal like this is almost as volatile as undiluted runium ore. They use this stuff for war machines. Kid, listen to me. Put that away. Go home now and don't let anyone see it. Understand? It could stimulate the critter's appetite.
Can you build a very, very tall wall? One that can protect the whole town? Like what you did with the blocks?
I'm sorry, little fellow. That was just a trick. It won't last long.
Oh, that was amazing! Nina, Knut, Vila, everyone should learn from you. Could I make the doors and stones listen to me like you did one day? Will I be great? Like you?
A strange kid like you should live in the age of Aquarius and be a part of the New Age movement, or become some kind of yogi doing meditation. And do it anywhere but here.
The New Age movement. What is that? Is that where you're from?
It's not a place. It's a spirit of a time, full of interesting things like crystals, new schools of thought, many crazy and creative ideas.
Will the sun close its eyes? Will the dark clouds spit on people? Will our ships blow bubbles under the water?
Of course. They even believe that the world is a giant piece of blank paper, and they are the artists drawing on it. And not only that, they are obsessed with bizarre ideas. Where did the Stonehenge on the Salisbury Plain come from? Where are the ships and planes which traveled past the Sargasso Sea now?
I like them.
They called themselves lay hunters, the apprentices of a once renowned school of thought. However, few people in academic circles accepted the idea of ley lines as an answer to their questions. So, for these ley hunters, it has been a long walk through a dark night.
Then they can come to the yashiki. Here the sun never sets. Half the year anyways. Then I can be their friend. And when I grow up, I will be a ley hunter too.
I'm afraid it's a bit too late, little fellow. Most have already given up. They lost interest in solving the mysteries and lost their faith in finding the curves and the lines. So, the study of ley lines has been all but abandoned. There's only one fool left that hasn't given it up.
And you, I suppose, are this only one fool, yes?
Please, ma'am. Believe me, I am not a child abductor.
Well... I think this isn't a good place to receive our guests. We have much more appropriate arrangements for new friends. But... if our guest has any ill intentions, we will retaliate. We're here. Thank you for taking care of little Comrade August, miss.
You mean I'm not here to be questioned? Or arrested?
Of course not. Perhaps we're a little too optimistic, but when we meet a stranger, we prefer to welcome them.
Oh. Well, I'm Windsong.
That's a very unique name. And where is it you come from?
From the east side of the Dniester River.
No offense, miss, but you have a complicated and unfamiliar scent about you. The smell of hard rocks, a lighthouse by the sea, rainwater in a humid summer. Nothing hostile, though.
I think most rootless travelers like me smell like that.
Welcome to Rayashki, Miss Winsong.
Thank you. I understand your caution, but...
You have nothing to worry about. It's not a disease. Anyway, let's talk about you. I heard that you are a researcher. Not long ago, many of your peers visited here. They wandered around and looked under every rock and floorboard in the town, like you do. I thought perhaps they were attracted here by the town itself. But regrettably, not long after, they left one after another in disappointment. I was disappointed too. Will you be them?
Those people are famous scholars. Of course they won't spend too much time on a project with unclear prospects. But I'm used to those.
I salute you for your courage and spirit of exploration.
I thought you might be more hostile to me. Shouting things like, "Who do you think you are to prowl about on our private property?"
Huh?
Many see the study of ley lines like finding a needle in the grass of a Siberian field. Wasted effort with negligible results.
There is no such thing as meaningless work. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or what you do. You will find your purpose here.
Is that so? No wonder how you have such an unusual student like August.
All that childhood wonder, innocence. Somehow you've preserved it in him, haven't you?
Is the show finished?
We cancelled our rehearsal, August. Mr. Yevgeny just left red-faced.
Yes, and he cancelled the friendship cheese on the food menu. All thanks to you.
But I was welcoming our new friend.
And we have lost our cheese because of you. This is all your fault. You're the most bothersome kid in the Rayashki.
I know that word. Most means the best. So thank you, Pyotr.
You!
August, we don't see anyone new here. You're not lying again, are you?
She's with Vila. They greet each other, share footprints, and even sing together. Winsong is also the best. She can draw many lines on the snow and even on a seagull.
We're not having another freak in town, right?
Do you mean drawing on the blackboard? Like Miss Vila did?
She made the earth turn into a tall, tall wall. And she blew her breath at it and made a building appear. If we had enough ley hunters like her working together, we would be able to send sunflowers high into the sky.
That's not so tough. All the men in town know how to build stuff like that. When we grow up, we will work like them, with hoes and shovels.
But that will take ages.
If we can learn how to build like the ley hunters, then we can help the adults right now.
Don't listen to August. Greetings, Miss Winsong. Is it true? Can you really shape the earth into different things and build things from it?
Not exactly. The things I build with my arcane skill have only a momentary effect. I can't use it that way. I learned it as part of my research while studying ley lines.
Miss Vinsong, those things August told us, are they true? The sun that closes its eyes, the dark clouds that spit on people, and the lines that can reveal everything.
Miss Winsong, will you be our teacher? Like Miss Vila?
Can you prove anything?
Kids, one question at a time.
sorry, Miss Vila. I should explain it to them. Mine is not a formal discipline. Many people believe that it relies too much on the observations of arcanists, and the conclusions aren't useful for the public. So it is best that you kids do not study it. A pursuit of passion, fit for only a very stubborn fool like me.
I see. Then you must show us all about it. Shouldn't she, kids? I'm sure Miss Winsong would be very happy to give us a special lesson about her studies.
Uh-huh.
Yay!
Miss Vila, I thought I made myself clear.
You have worked hard in this pursuit of passion, haven't you?
Regardless, the study of ley lines is, well, it's useless.
Useless?
These kids should learn something like geography. It's a much more thorough and important field. As far as the general public and academic institutions are concerned, the study of ley lines is just a niche aspect of geography. Worse still, one that is solely accessible to arcanists. To devote any real time to its investigation would take up valuable research funds and equally valuable researchers.
At least that was how they felt about it.
Who can say for certain?
What about you? Do you also think that the study of ley lines is a waste of funds and manpower?
Of course I don't. Through ley lines, we can detect Arcanum-related events in the area, learn about local arcane creatures, and find the secrets hidden both above and below the Earth's surface. But I can't yet prove this to people.
Well, you don't have to prove it alone. It doesn't matter what others think of your work. The only important thing is finding its uses. At first, Rayashki was just a remote village, far north in the Arctic Circle. People came here to share a dream of a better future. It was only by luck that we found the Runium. Then Zeno approached us and became our business partner. For over 60 years, people here have worked together to make it what it is now. We built the school, the swimming pool, and the cinema for everyone. Rayashki embraces and takes in every newcomer. You and your studies are no exception. This is where our paths meet. Please know that I'm not just doing this for you. I'm doing this for a better future. A well-rounded education is vital in bringing up the next generation of scientists and workers. Our children should learn more about this world, even from those perspectives and types of knowledge that aren't widely accepted.
Thank you, Miss Vila. The study of ley lines sees the world as a clear map. The cities look like squares to us, while natural landscapes appear to be curves overlapping one another. Many bizarre places in the world, such as the location of the Tunguska explosion or the mysterious 30th parallel north, can't be drawn in squares and curves like cities in ordinary landscapes. We need to find a way to indicate them in a clear, precise way.
It's a maze.
Well, it is the ley line map of a city, but you are right. It does look like a maze. To begin with, I should introduce the most crucial concept in the study of ley lines, that of ley energy. It is a special energy which we can easily detect throughout the town. See how it comes out from underneath the ground and goes into the local biosphere, circulating around like a system. If we think of the town's ley lines as a food web, then ley energy lies at its foundation.
Like how big fish eat small fish, and small fish eat even smaller fish.
Exactly. They are the smallest fish eaten by the big fish. If we catch the big fish and study what they eat, we will know where to find the other big fish. And the ley energy, when the big fish die and break down, the small fish will go back to where they first came from. The circulation goes on and on.
You've put it very well, Miss Winsong. Like the rainwater that comes from the ocean to the rivers and returns back to the ocean.
You're a quick learner. But it is not exactly like water. The concentration of ley energy is far more noticeable than that of a lake or a school of fish. Once we find its densest spot, we'll be able to trace it back to its source.
Then what are these bright spots?
These are the energy-rich locations. In a way, they indicate the energy flow.
So many. They look like stars in the sky.
Yes, and finding these locations can be very costly in terms of time and manpower.
Then what do we do after finding them?
They can tell us many things. The ley hunters will follow their courses, analyze the components in them, and match those components to each resource. Some of the components don't match with any of the known resources, which means there might be a new resource waiting to be discovered. Of course, from the ley energy, we can also learn about the local critters.
You talk about strange things, almost like Avgus does. These are just lines.
Like dancing earthworms. They wriggle, they twist. They're having fun. Jumping on the waves, then into the little boxes, and back into the little balls.
Great, we have 2 of them now.
They look interesting, but we don't really understand.
Cheer up, kids. It's not finished yet. Ley line cartography is complicated. It takes the efforts of many ley hunters working together, investigating the area, even braving dangerous and forbidden places. To this day, we've never been able to finish a completed ley energy map.
I know it now. This is Rayashki.
Huh?
Ah, I see it too. And here is the swimming pool. That little square is our square. These little balls are our homes.
Oh, I live here. The third bowl on the left of yours.
You're very bright, August. This is the ley energy map of Rayashki.
But Miss Vinsong, why are you mapping the energy of our town? Have you found any secrets that we don't know?
Children, right now you can only see what's above the ground. But there is even more ley energy beneath the ground. Will the sun always be in the sky? Will the glaciers ever melt away? What lies in the darkness beneath us? Are there other critters around here that you've never seen? How should we deal with them?
I heard once that there were many strange footprints next to the school windows.
Uncle Patrick saw it. A monster with 6 legs, and each one has spikes.
That must be a kikirn, a small-sized Canidae critter, mostly seen in cold areas. But the ley energy might have affected the weather of their habitat, or they wouldn't be here in Rayashki in summer. The deep blue line here shows that particular one's movement.
Or maybe Uncle Patrick could have drunk too much.
The ley energy accumulated in them suggests that they mostly feed on moss and worms under the snow and stay near town. We can infer that this is a docile herbivorous kind of critter that is merely curious about human behavior. I think feeding them will be much more useful than driving them away.
Since these critters began to overrun the area, the defense team has encountered many new creatures. I can feel there is something strange about them, but I can't yet understand the differences. You provided a different angle on the situation, Miss Winsong. I believe it would help the defense team greatly.
The fires in the furnaces are out. The bees and kites dance around the pond. White moss is on the wall. Oh, storms will fall down from the sky.
Huh?
Stop saying these strange things, August. The defense team will keep the critters out of town and protect everyone. And there will not be any stones falling from the sky.
Is everything all right, Piotr?
Yeah, you're lying. Rayashki is safe. It will be our home forever.
I hate to tell you this, kid, but what August just said could be right. I have the same feeling that the good weather here won't last too long. Look at those thick gray lines. Those are the traces of cloud movements and moisture. Now they're mingled together.
But the sun will still be shining. Miss Vila said that the polar day will last for a very, very long time.
Miss Vila was right. And past statistics don't lie. According to the data, the weather here should continue for the next few months. Yet the ley lines say otherwise. They say the weather will be extremely unpredictable.
You're making things up. The forecaster on TV said the weather in Ryashki will be temperate in the coming months.
And the weather forecaster was right, according to his analysis. But life is full of surprises.
I know why you're concerned, Miss Winsong. I feel the glaciers are melting slightly faster than usual. There is going to be a warm front forming from the melting water.
But will there really be stones falling from the sky?
I can't say anything for certain just yet, kid. All I have is this incomplete map. And as you can see, many sources of the marks and traces haven't been located. Which means we can't come up with a precise calculation. But there's no question that Ryashki will soon face many challenges. The weather could become much worse. The environment might change. Maybe some unknown critters might turn up.
Liar! You're all liars! Ryashki is at home, so it can't be dangerous.
Piotr, you can't fly if your feathers get wet.
They will need some time to take in all this new knowledge. Don't you agree?
I thought I could handle all their questions. I think I made things worse. Sorry.
Have faith in them. They will come around.
Are you here to laugh at me? All these stories of monsters and falling stones, they aren't good at all. I overheard Mr. Evgeny talking. He said the town has so many problems, and soon what some people think will decide our future. If people believe in those terrible stories, maybe they will be scared and they won't come back to Ryashki. Our town will be forgotten.
But I wasn't lying. Hello, Kikiru.
What are you doing?
I will draw its attention. You go find the defense team for help.
It's itchy. It feels warm, doesn't it? Miss Winsong said they can be our friends. That they will bring seeds to every corner of the town.
Like a gardener?
Yes. Go plant more sunflowers, Kikirn.
So Miss Winsong was not a liar.
Do you really think it's a good idea to turn to Xeno for help?
We have drawn almost every man and woman from the mining facilities to get rid of the critters nesting around the port. Most of the defense team were injured. Some lightly, but others got much worse. It will be weeks before they can return to duty. If an attack like the one at the rehearsal happens again, I'm not sure we will be able to protect ourselves. I know most of our people are frustrated with Xeno's arrival, but I expected better from you, Vila. People trust you, and they will follow you. But that doesn't make you right. Maybe you're still too young to see the dangers.
I might be wrong, but history is a long lesson in learning what is right through being unafraid to be wrong.
Sadly, we don't have time for a trial and error.
And this is your excuse for making decisions for us against our will?
I will hold myself responsible for my decisions. In that, you have my word.
Today is the day of our welcome ceremony. Vila said when the bell rings, the important people from the Dorothy's Academy will arrive. Everyone looks excited. Nina has put on her best dress. I know she will be great on stage. Basono will do all with Piotr. It's his duty to protect the princess. As for me, I got a new job from Mr. Afghani. Salute, shake hands, and give them the warmest welcome. What, this? There are bubbles in the water. We meet again, Kikirn. Are you planting sunflowers under the water? Have you brought your friends? One, two, oh, your friends also have 6 legs. Look, they're wearing needle grass and flat files on their legs. Are you also here for the ceremony? Welcome, Kikirn and friends. Welcome to the prettiest town in all of the Arte, Ryashki. Please enjoy our song.
Comrade August, what are you doing?
Whoa! I'm welcoming Vicky Kieran.
Get out of there, they're dangerous. Defense team, drive them away.
Wait! These are Kikirn. They're not aggressive. They're just curious about us. The kids seem to like them.
Get rid of them.
As you command, comrade.
Who ate beans?
I will remember your
It
sacrifice.
could be found. Given that...
Heart scale.
Are you a rational member? Time to check my calculation.
Leave it to me. Load it.
It could be found.
Please cease resistance.
Keep going. For our dream, comrade.
The Kikirans are all gone. I think they don't like us anymore.
Comrade Yevgeny.
Take the kids back to where they were, Comrade Vila. It was your duty to protect them.
Maybe if we make the town a better place, more friends will come back. Then they will also come back.
That makes sense.
The family of Kikirin includes dozens of subspecies, but none of them are so greatly adapted to water as this. That is to say, they might also be affected by the ley energy under Rayashki. Pity that they were driven away. There was much we could have learned from them. The temperature here is rising much faster than expected, and much earlier in the season. I imagine if you asked the Weather Bureau, they would say this is just an odd occurrence of unseasonable weather outside of expected ranges.
It's time. The Xeno investigators should be here any minute. I must stress again how important this ceremony could be for our future. Our town's economy is facing a cliff, and I am sure each one of you has noticed the increased rationing. If we wish to take care of our people in the future and protect our friends and family from these frequent creature attacks, we need Xeno's support. So we will work with Xeno, because we must. The future of Rayashki is in our hands. So is the future of every comrade here. And we need the cooperation of every man and woman here.
Xeno's ships are very fast, so as soon as they appear on the horizon, our ceremony will begin.
Understood.
Xeno is late. So late that Miss Villa would say they were absent.
Do you think something bad happened to them?
What are they doing there? Oh, something is falling. Light and soft, like a polar bear's head. Poor bear, losing all his hair. Hmm?
It's snow! What? How can there be snow in summer? Is this related to the strange thing August said earlier?
If so, I'm happy that these aren't stones or a dark cloud spit.
August, I can't believe it! You were never right before.
Ugh. Oh, it's chilly. The snow is biting against my skin.
I'm sorry, August. I shouldn't call you a liar. But will Rayashki really get into trouble?
Piotr, we will not be defeated. Not by clouds or bears. Look. Mr. Tortoise is walking very slowly. But no one has left their position. For Ayashki. You little swans must go back to your lake too. Go as fast as you can.
We will.
Don't forget your own job, August.
So, this milky white line is this snowstorm. The average temperature in Rayashki has reached its highest point in the last 5 years, which together with the abnormally rich air moisture have produced an unseasonal and odd kind of snow. The weather forecast was wrong. Ley lines were right.
Everyone listen. Our ceremony will begin.
As you command, comrade.
Music, please.
Отпусти вчерашний день, оставь в прошлом. Каждый шаг рисует новый день. Не смотри назад, не тяни в дно. Светлые небеса путешествуем.
It's a pleasure to speak to you all, our valued friends in Rayashki. On behalf of Xeno Arms Academy, I am here to announce the details of the Xeno-Rayashki Cooperation Agreement. As many of you have expected, a squad of armed troops will soon be sent to aid you with the critter problem. However, having given it careful consideration, we have decided that the town of Rayashki is no longer viable for our continued support and must be abandoned. We advise that all residents prepare to be transferred to a new post immediately. Thank you for your cooperation.
What?
I don't see the point of your reluctance. The letter conveyed Zeno's decision clearly. I suggest we warm ourselves up with a few drinks before we go. Do you have any stowage in town? Better than sitting here dwelling on the things that cannot be changed. Please, tell me you have something like cocoa here?
This is not what we agreed on earlier, Mr. Bertolt.
Calm yourself, Vila.
You must be mistaken, my very passionate friend. Zeno sent a warning months ago. The estimated value Ryashki can add to Zeno's program is less than satisfactory. Further support is no longer recommended. Should any new valuable resources be found in the region, please reply to this letter as soon as possible for further assessment. Then we heard back from Ryashki. In fact, the sender was you, Evgeny.
Yes, it was.
And it was you yourself that argued the most compelling point, I have to say. One that has drawn the higher-ups' attention, and the reason why I was sent here. I believe you wrote, I have total faith in the quality of the people of Ryashki. Their solidarity, dedication, and motivation have proven invaluable to us. I am certain they would carry those same strengths of character and skill to any post, no matter where they were assigned.
Zeno accepted my application. Of course, I asked around before making my submission, and Zeno seemed to have a good reputation. It was a golden opportunity to join them.
It is, but do not get us wrong. Our entrance requirements can be most difficult to meet. Zeno only takes in the best of the best.
You want some of us to work for Zeno? You never told us anything like that, Yevgeny!
Be reasonable, Vila. Some of us deserve this opportunity.
What about the others? We have elders and children. Some of our comrades have been injured and even died in the mine. Are we to forget their sacrifices?
Relax, my friend. That's why we sent our very best biological control squad. We will escort you to the nearest shelter.
Face reality, Vila. I know how much effort we have put into building this town, and I understand you have this dream to fulfill. But we must prepare for the worst. We may have to give up on our Ryashki. Read this.
Field investigation has confirmed that the remaining runium reserves in Ryashki are around 0.0173 kilotons, which is less than 0.275% of our average annual output. The mine is located high within the Arctic Circle, which has entailed significant transportation costs. The harsh environment is also wholly unsuitable for building any permanent processing facilities. In addition, military spending on the region has recently been elevated 3.61 times due to increasing animal and critter attacks, and that number is still rising. Clearly, the region is now incapable of self-management. According to the Guide on Global Humanitarian Aid by the Office for Disaster Risk Reduction of Xeno Arms Academy, we propose to send a special squad to the region to evacuate all local citizens and subsequently take care of the remaining biological control issues.
And our admission standards will be lowered at Xeno's discretion, so that you will all find work with us somewhere.
I'm sorry, but this is reality. From the start, this ore was the only thing they wanted from us. The environment here has always been harsh for mining, but we overcame it and sent our shipments to wherever Xeno had need of them.
And I salute each one of you for your work, my friends.
But now, our mission is over. I believe all of you will continue to work hard in your new positions, no matter what.
You shouldn't rush to a decision. We are discussing Rayashki's future here, Yevgeny. For 6 decades, the people here have put in great efforts to turn the town into what it is today. We won't leave just because you tell us so. Our grandparents didn't even have construction equipment at the beginning. They built these houses with their own hands. We shipped over the planting soil. We built walls to keep out the wind and snow.
When you came here, you brought books for the children and introduced us to a species different than humans. You became one of us. I'm not happy about this either, Comrade Vila.
I won't buy that, Comrade Yevgeny. This is not just about my dream, but everyone's dream. Or have you forgotten what Rayashki was meant to be?
A utopia built for and by everyone. The voice of a better future. One which would sound across the land and seas. I remember every word of it.
You have my sympathy, friends. Xeno has also suffered huge losses in many regions. We have lost manpower, territory, armament factories, and even some of our affiliated military schools. Rayashki is but one of these losses. We know how you feel right now. But Xeno has its own problems to be faced. And investing in these new industries, purchasing fancy equipment, all these things Rayashki will need. All of this takes money. And even Xeno must be economical.
Shouldn't the people in Rayashki also benefit from these global benefits Xeno has promised?
We will get there, my friend. Maybe slowly. But we will get there. Trust me, Xeno has done everything they can for you. We need to keep our eyes on our goals and stay on the right course, so that we won't get lost in these turbulent times. Yes? I know how much faith these people have in you, and I believe you can show them a different perspective about these coming changes. Of course, this will also help you during Zeno's assessment. Good luck, my friend.
The reserves of runium running dry, the appearance of new critters, the sudden snowstorm. I've connected the ley lines of each of these phenomena. The map is nearly complete. But still haven't traced many lines and marks back to their source. Perhaps if I go back to the factories, into the restricted zones. But I can't do that alone. Definitely not when the situation in town is so unstable. Well, I should have given this up long ago. There's no chance that the study of ley lines will ever be accepted again.
Regretfully, Miss Winsong, with nothing but these outdated files and materials to back you up, there's simply no way to justify reinstating the study of ley lines into our curriculum. We don't have unlimited funds, and we must save our money for projects with greater potential. The study of ley lines is... Of course, we might be able to consider new ideas and projects. You can't be allowed to do this on your own. You will need endorsements from the Institution of Geographic Studies, the Arcane Creature Society, or other such organizations. Let me think. Zeno seems to be interested in geographers recently. They just recruited a number of researchers for a new commission. Maybe you should go try your luck with them.
The submission date is getting closer each day, but I've made poor progress. Zeno won't endorse me if I can't find a breakthrough. They have become more and more radical and desperate lately. First, they sent those researchers here to conduct their haphazard studies, and now an armed force? And all this effort just to chase the rumor of some source of perpetual energy? That this perpetual energy source must be hidden somewhere beneath the permafrost. The higher-ups call the shots. All they need to do is spread a little honey in the right places. Then all the little researchers will swarm on it like flies. But could there really be a magical power source like that? Whether there is or not, I still have a map to finish. There's no way that I can map every ley line in the region all by myself. Goodbye, research funds. Goodbye, lectures and seminars, and so long to my dreams of being chair of the Geographical Perspectives Forum.
Tuk-tuk!
Huh? What was that?
Miss Winsong, we've been waiting for you.
Miss Vinsong, we prepared a special medal ceremony for you in August.
Please, come to our ceremony.
We just wanted to thank you for teaching us. Miss Villa was right. We shouldn't have been so quick to argue. We should have listened.
So you should be given an award for being right. But our ceremony will not be as big as the ones on TV.
Miss Winsong, will you accept this medal?
I have no cup to put this medal in, so we can't toast with it in celebration. But now I know, no matter what, I won't be returning empty-handed. Thank you, kids.
Do you mean... are you leaving us?
But there is so much you still need to teach us.
Rayashki embraces every guest, including you, Miss Winsong. Don't you like it here?
But those things I heard at the welcome ceremony, won't we all be leaving soon?
No, I don't believe it. That stranger was mean. He wasn't our friend.
This is our town. They can't speak for us.
That's right.
Miss Villa invited the men from Zeno to leave his ship. Then they went into Mr. Evgeny's meeting room together.
Uncle Knut promised me that no one will give up this place. They will go to many meetings and find a solution that satisfies both sides.
The tortoises move slowly. They need to keep their eyes opened and look for a better answer.
So, will you stay and teach us?
I won't cause you any more trouble. I promise.
Comrade Calculator is speaking. Hello. Comrade Calculator, are you giving the earthworms directions?
What's going on here? My calibrator! The whale-like backbone, the diamond-shaped teeth, 2 short legs with dim eyes and an extremely sharp nose. That must be a Kikituk. But their closest habitat should be Konkarl's land, hundreds of kilometers away. Their marks on the map appear to be red, sort of reddish-brown, and there's a large amount of light energy accumulated around them. Clearly, they're high on the food chain. Seems like the small fish have attracted more than one big fish. Kids, get behind me.
And now, I belong to
Time for me to dance. I admire your courage.
It could be found here in that.
Keep up the pace.
Intersect and divide. Uh-huh. It could be found.
My hand, my heart with the strings.
Time to check my calculation. Victory? Okay, but what does...
Oh, the Kikatuks are giving a performance. Their nose sings, their foot dances, and their belly shakes. But why aren't their ears doing anything?
August, what are you doing there? Stay back. Those are not Kikin.
But their ears are left behind. They can't join the dance. Then they will not get their Alyonka.
Ears? Природа — это числа и черты. So that seems to be their weak spot. Good job, little one. You're even more perceptive than I thought. Next. Blin! This was one of the last working instruments I had!
Don't be sad, Miss Winsong. If we plant them in the soil, many more will come out when spring comes.
Thank you, August.
Miss Winsong, can I be a lay hunter too?
If we were as good as you are, maybe we could have protected your machine.
And maybe we could protect our town.
Kids, lay hunting isn't a good profession. If you become a lay hunter, you will have to deal with doubt from all your peers, even hatred, and homework that piles up to your roof.
Miss Winsong, people in Rayashki are taught not to doubt or hate others. They would never hate you or us.
Exactly.
that you let us show you around, Miss Vinsong. We haven't had many other visitors here since the critters started coming near the town.
I met a blind lady once. She always smiles, and she has a pretty typewriter. Vila said she's a writer. The writer has been to many towns, and she fills up her papers with so much ink, just like I do. So, I made a drawing for her too.
And she promised us that she will tell more people to come visit Rayashki.
Will people from other places like it here?
What about your other visitors?
I remember they had green and red rectangular paper and some shiny cookies in their hands.
They tried to trade us their silly paper so they could take our cans and things. They never wanted to work with their own hands. And Rayashki doesn't like lazy bones.
Miss Vinsong, Richard got all of us together last night, and we read for our How to Be a Good Tour Guide. So we can guide you.
Miss Winsong is just a bit strange. She's not lazy.
This time, I want borscht, blintjik, and oladie.
Let's not hurry on to our rewards, Avgus. We haven't helped Miss Winsong yet.
Oh, right.
Good to see out our little factory, Miss Winsong.
Hello, sir.
The kids have told me that you want to learn more about the history of Rayashki and the strange things that have happened in the past, yes?
I do. But would that be going against any rules?
Most certainly not, miss. We're not some stubborn old goats that dismiss people for asking questions. In fact, I'm relieved. It will be much easier to talk to you than that bitter fellow from Zeno. He came to the factory with his armed squad, took a quick look around, and left even without a polite farewell. Like a whiff of cold breeze, that one. These old, outdated machines and hundreds of workers, young and old, each one a mouth to be fed. They are certainly not a pretty sight to the eyes of that greedy hyena.
A pathetic, number-crunching cretin.
I am starting to like you, miss. We would have much to talk about. Perhaps over a drink. If only I didn't have to get on with my work. You can see what's going on here, right? Don't feel sorry for us. Xena might no longer need this ore processing factory, but we can make use of what's left of it. Once we get rid of the critters, we can arrange for other minerals or materials to be shipped to Rayashki for processing. It is a shame we wasted so much of our good years, never preparing for these bad times. If those strange little monsters weren't there, we might be able to return to our mines. Then we'd really be able to turn things around.
About these mining sites. Mr. Knut, have you ever found anything there, other than runium ore?
Never. I know those sites like the back of my own hand. I've never seen any other minerals of any worth there. But give it some time, miss. Well, give me some time. Just a few months ago, back when Xena were still keen to work with us and not just ship us away, I remember they found some strange little pebbles. Dark pebbles that were stuck in the clothes of those little monsters. Xeno soon sent out some troops and caught all the monsters. They didn't leave a single one behind. We never heard about those pebbles again, nor have we found more of them in the mines. And you know the rest. Now we've exhausted the runium, and more strange-looking critters have appeared. So it's not safe to go back there. We left them completely deserted.
Please, take a look at this, Mr. Knut.
No, their clothes were thicker than a polar bear's. But these are closer. These monsters had much larger teeth. They almost look like old mining pigs. And no ears.
Could they be some kind of Hoytuk?
Yes, this one looked just like the creatures.
If that's true, then it may be another big fish that has come here to feed.
It is true. You can ask around. Many of the other workers have seen it.
So, the color of a Hoytuk is bright yellow, and that matches with these bright yellow lines I've traced here on the map. They are burrowing animals, often living as deep as 50 meters underground, so if they were here, that must mean... that there must be some undiscovered resource here.
Talk of undiscovered resources would be music to our ears, miss.
I don't want to get your hopes up. It's still too early to draw any conclusions.
Yet, the corner of your mouth is suggesting the opposite.
I must be cautious before confirming there really is a new resource. Nonetheless, it's a silver lining. Thank you, Mr. Knut.
Think nothing of it, miss. Maybe one day you and your research will return the favor.
I will, if I can. I hope your work here can be resumed shortly.
Don't worry about us. We will find a way to drive those critters away and start production once again. We have all our brothers and sisters with us, and these machines still run perfectly. As long as we continue to put in our best effort, there's no reason why things won't get better.
Is this exceptionally positive spirit common with the people here?
Well, can't blame us for that. There are very few places in the world like Rayashki. Here, Everyone earns their food and their rest through working hard together. Then outside of work, ice hockey, learning courses, even music lessons. Not everyone is as lucky as us. That is why we won't let Ryashki die. With busy hands and open hearts, Ryashki will live on. It will grow stronger, glowing as brightly as these furnaces.
I have to say, Ryashki is truly a curious place. It has a spirit which I've never found elsewhere. Yes, perhaps that's what was missing from the study of ley lines in the past.
Miss Winsong, would you like to meet Mr. Patrick?
It's time to go to the canteen, boys and girls. Eat well, and you'll grow strong. Patrick knows how to feed you well. He's the best cook in town. But I would suggest you be careful with that one, if you don't want to get stuck with his endless chatter all night.
I have never been to the canteen. I stayed out of that area in my previous, visits to avoid unwanted trouble.
Forward to Comrade Blinche.
До скорой встречи, miss. I look forward to hearing good news from you.
This is our canteen. We play hide and seek here when we're hungry. Comrade stew and potato piroshki are always the easiest to find. They're not very clever either. But Comrade Blinchik is very good at the game. He can only be found at dinners on Friday.
We have good food, like mashed potatoes and boiled potatoes and potato stew. Mr. Patrick said a good cook can turn even simple ingredients into delicious food.
The grown-ups are so kind to us. Sometimes they give us their cheese and salad, so they only have potatoes to eat.
Don't cry, Nina. Remember when you shared your linka with everyone? When we grow up, it'll be our turn to help the grown-ups with their potatoes.
We also have the Tin Hat Festival, when they give us metal hats with food in them.
Avgust, it's called a Workers' Festival. We have it every month. Everyone must sit in a circle in the canteen and sing songs, and Miss Villa plays the accordion for us. We each get a can of food in it. Sometimes it's sashonka, sometimes it's salad, sometimes sprouts.
Yes, and after the Tin Hat Festival, we would bury our tin hats in the ground. Yellow ones, red ones, and white ones. Then tiny trees will come out from them next year.
I have told you many times, they are not tin seeds, and they don't grow into trees. They are just tin cans. We only bury them so they won't pollute the snow.
Piles of tin cans. Food. Those empty cans you mentioned, did you store them here?
Oh, I know this place. That's where the adults dug a big hole. They put some things inside. It's covered up with rocks and ice now.
Yes, Fasono is right. That's where the grown-ups put all our old metal after they make them into little cubes. Miss Vila said it helps keep our town and the whole region clean. Why? What's wrong with that place?
I'm thrilled. There must be lots of big fish left to be found around there. If I can write a report and provide a practical plan, maybe I can get I could request reinforcements.
Yay! School trip! School trip!
This is no trip, children. I'm not going there for a hike. You must stay in town and be good. That goes for every one of you. Understood? Shh! Quiet, kids!
Attention, please. Tomorrow at 8 in the morning, we will be holding our final hearing. In this meeting, we hope to finalize our next steps and answer any remaining questions. We look forward to seeing you there.
What's this? Are you planning on getting a job with Zeno too?
Huh?
It says here you've been staying in this town for months, but it seems you're not on our list for potential recruitment from Ryashki. I should remind you, for you researchers, what you produce tells much more about you than your efforts.
That's precisely why I'm here.
Go on.
Based on the recent investigations, I'm confident that there is a new energy source in the area that has yet to be discovered.
And that's it? We already believed there was something here when we sent you out in the first place. You were sent here to find it. Instead, all you do is confirm what we already knew.
But you said that perpetual energy was just a myth, didn't you?
Of course it wasn't just a myth, lady. Why else would we ask you to investigate here in the first place? Do you have anything else to report?
No, but I do need your help. I will need an armed squad to come with me to the mining sites so that I can continue my investigations into this subject. I'm afraid I don't know how long it will take, It also depends on the number of soldiers you can spare for the task.
You have a terrible sense of humor.
I'm not being funny. You want more research on the new resource too, don't you?
Miss Vinsong, do you really think this is even a remotely reasonable request? Critters are running rampant in the area, and you demand help to verify what is, as far as I can see, a highly questionable conclusion. Why should I waste Xeno's time and resources on this? Not to mention, putting the lives of our soldiers at risk.
If you have doubts, please take a look at these files.
And let me guess, you learned all this from your study of ley lines? To date, the theory of ley lines has neither been approved by the Arcane Study Review Association, nor accepted by the Project Assessment of Human Science and Technology. It has 0 academic achievements, 0 endorsements, and aside from the questionable example in front of me, 0 researchers.
That's all only a temporary setback.
Ms. Vinsong, I sympathize with the awkward situation I have put you in. However, Xeno simply cannot afford to waste resources on a proposal without any solid evidence.
I will give you something. All I need is a bit of help up front, I promise. Did you not come here to deal with these critters? Then what's the fuss about? Can't you deal with them while accompanying me to these mining sites as well?
I'm afraid you've got our intentions altogether wrong. Xeno is here for one thing only. A source of perpetual energy. This is what you have been tasked to find, with the resources you were given. We won't approve any further requests until you have a solid lead. We aren't paying you for a charity mission.
So then you never planned on controlling the critters here? The squad you brought here was to control the town?
A force sufficient to deal with the critters would have attracted unwanted attention from our rivals. It is not in our interests to share this town or its resources. I'm sure you can see that.
So even if we do find the resource for you, you won't leave this town or its people alone.
We're talking about the ultimate energy source of Arcanum. Do you think we will just walk away and leave it to be squandered by a bunch of ignorant peasants and miners?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
What we are going to do with Ryashki should be of no concern to you. We have made every arrangement for them. We aren't monsters. Before the final decision is made, we will continue to help the locals as much as we can. Including you.
Is this?
You seem surprised. Isn't it what you have always wanted? With Xeno's endorsement, you will be able to teach your program in any university. We have prepared this gesture of our good faith in you. Now, it's your turn to show yours. Forget about an armed squad. They have more important things to do. You're on your own, my friend. But prove to us that you can do this job and bring us the best answer you can give. And this piece of paper will be yours when you complete your mission.
I understand.
See that you do. Good luck out there, Miss Winsong.
Was I out of my mind? He was just trying to get me out of his office. He threw a carrot out of the window and I chased right after it like a blinded mule. Still. Maybe this carrot is too good to let go. Focus. Once I fill the gaps in my data, I will be able to pitch it to Zeno, and all subsequent research won't be a problem anymore. The primary food sources for Hoytuk are raw minerals underground. Those processed metals only keep them from starving to death. They wouldn't have gone across any icy ocean just to gnaw on old equipment and trash. All I need to do is find a trace of their activity so that I can learn about their current conditions, and from there, locate their other food sources. Stay calm. Hoytuk are gentle creatures. They rarely attack humans. I just need to be cautious. С ума сойти! Ух ты! All right. Change of direction. If I were to look down instead of looking forward, maybe I should scan the area and follow where the ley energy is leading, just like I did at Silbury Hill. Of course, I hope the outcome will be different this time. Before all that, I need to clear out this place. Природа — это числа и черты. Природа — это мозаика цветов. Shoot. Now I've done it. Those vestigial digging teeth, the 3 fingers long tearing teeth, these are not Hoytuk. These scaled wings must be for swimming. Then you must be... Mutant Kikituk from the Olga area. You should be at the Olga Strait hunting for migrating salmon and whales, not here.
Time for me to dance.
It could be found even that.
My hands on the drums.
Insect and divine. Are you a rational members?
Grow and flourish.
Is it over? That's great! Let's go.
Why would you come here? What inspired you to trek across the ocean just to hunt for humans? It seems while their claws and teeth have degraded, their reflex is much quicker than a Hoytuk's. They perceived my approach even though I used my ley line reader as a dampener.
Get out! Get out of here! I'll cover you!
Thank you, sir. Yevgeny, the kids told me about a can pile. Is it nearby?
Can pile? They must be talking about our waste metal. I'm afraid it's gone, Miss Winsong. Maybe animals dug it all out, or maybe those little monsters ate it.
Do you know if that happened before or after the Runian mines ran dry?
I'm not sure. You shouldn't be here. There's nothing of value to find in this place. And you're not supposed to be using this arcane equipment here either. We have a better way to deal with these fierce little monsters. What you're doing will just attract more of them.
You can drive away the Kikituks?
Not anymore. We don't have much left to fight them off with. Zeno didn't bring any equipment for our team, let alone any weapons. Go. Leave before it's too late.
What if I don't want to just give up?
I've seen your residence application. You say you are a researcher. Then you should be clever enough not to go down a fruitless and dangerous path.
I admit that what I am doing here is reckless, and maybe I'm just motivated by my own selfish interests, but I can't just walk away from my commitments. You have lived in Ryashki for a long time. You know what commitment means here much better than I do. I won't give it up so easily. Just like the people here won't give away their land like nothing.
It's stubbornness. That's all. They should have gone to other places and put their talents to good use, rather than staying here to fight for nothing.
Is that why you gave away the town so easily to Zeno? Do you really even know your neighbors?
I have lived and worked together with them for decades. Don't be ridiculous. I agree with Zeno's perspective.
I've been to many places, and I have encountered many people like you. Stuck-up leader types. Making decisions on behalf of other people because it's what's good for them.
And they should listen, just as you should now. It's my responsibility to protect everyone, to do right by them. I will make them see it tomorrow at the hearing.